1070s, we've got NVIDIA 1080s. There are lots of prizes to be won. Make sure you are in it to win it. And of course, if you are going to tweet the stream, also tweet us on the caster desk. Who do you think will win? Use that hashtag Battlegrounds. Which players are you looking out for to go huge? Which teams do you think will be the victors after this is all said and done? Pansy does have Twitter open, so we'll be checking those in the next few minutes.
You always wrap me out, you know? I'm just here, just like scouring around, having a look for memes. I'm having a nice time. You're like, oh, back on Twitter, are you?
Yes, but you're doing it for a work-related reason.
Well, that's what you're saying now.
You give the game away, not me.
All right, guys, get on Twitter right now. Hashtag Battlegrounds. We want to hear it. This is the last chance to get your predictions, your support through, because this is the final game of the tournament. Send this out to your mum, your dad, your friends. If they don't love you afterwards, that's your own fault. But still, we are into this one. A northeast start as well.
She's coming in thick and fast. We're going to see her coming in from the northeast. We have Yasnaya there, Lipovka. Mansion's
Spawn
also
Island
in play.
Is available too.
Go grab a boat and get yourself out there. We'll see if
it's possible.
Evermore's done that twice throughout the next few days.
Luminosity going Yasnaya.
They are. Boots on the ground. The last 3 days, excuse me.
But
First
it's not been Yasnaya. You know, they've gone to like near Zaki or backline.
Is TSM dropping
TSM's pretty close.
Oh, good God.
No,
they're moving down. But
okay,
they
so
can still swing around.
South.
They're going to go to Roz.
Okay, we've got a lot of players going towards Mansion side, but they can also go to the underground bunkers, the log cabin, mill to power. You've got the Panda guys maybe looking for a car at the junction going over the bridge. And we've got the late drops coming out now. They could either go Primorsk, military base, but the vast majority are going to just head over west, just split it out. But I want to keep eyes on LG early. They are normally the first to the ground, and it looks like they might just maybe have the entirety of Yasnaya to themselves.
I think they do, because TSM carry on going to the north.
So the one thing I would say about Yasnaya is the fact that it's so open, it's very easy to get run up on, so they do need to stay quite aware of this. But for now, they do have a lot of free loot, they've got a lot of free time, and for their sakes, hopefully a lot of, other kills on the map coming in so they get further up from that.
We've got a couple of long flyers maybe trying to make their way down to military. We'll see one team arriving. They are at the apartment. School's also free.
Always.
Should Xeon want to move over there. And the Pyro just north of Pachinki. And to be honest with you, I'm glad he is, because you've got C9 down in Pachinki. You've got Liquid who are just kind of going over them. They're still in the air, so there's a potential to get shot at. Some of the C9 guys, if they do have an AR, they could take some pod shots at Liquid. But look at this. 1-2 teams minimum, both moving to Novo. They're both going to be landing at the same time.
This is scary. It's the first time we've really seen Cloud9 play this in this sort of environment. They've done it a lot in duos. They did it a lot yesterday in the games before. I don't know if we've seen it in squads yet. I might have missed one of the games. And this is one of the availabilities you could actually get over towards Novo. You could have maybe also made it a little bit towards Amelie Island. Certainly possible. And that circle is great for the Novo players. Not so great for Yasnaya, because they have to move back down south, which is going to be the Luminosity guys, but they seem good at that kind of traversing the terrain. They're able to get through there. Tavelo needs to be a little bit careful, because he might be able to be spotted here. Lucy May's going to fall off this. They could just go say, all right, screw this, get the car, which is the high likely spawn there, which Hungsterman's got, and just head on over. Get out towards Millie base. There's no need to stay here. You're already seeing players close by. Screw this, let's go Millie, and just play off the back of that.
Duke, get in the down here, guys. We are getting the hell out of here, because Panda, they are down there and they are getting geared. We've already seen a couple of K98s come in to swing. I also saw a UMP as well, so if they do approach them, they will be getting nailed. So they're going to get the teammates and they're going to get the hell out of here. They have an option to move down to military base should they feel the need. Tavelo's just trying to get some information. He's pushing up just to see exactly where they've gone. But look at the circle. Military's not in, but still, Sosnovka Island is. So it's still an option to go over there now. If they drive super fast, they will be able to loot it out. But look at that circle, Pansy. It's all the way to the east. So we're going to be looking at some kind of Milta power finish, potentially mid-coastline, those rocks, that area where people just tend to duck down.
The main thing is that the more the circle's in towards the water side, it's not really playable in this predicament, because it's a lot of, it's not really accessible coastline down there. But the fact is there's less ground to be on. So the more that's in the water, the more interesting this gets. Anyway, let's keep our eyes on the Cloud9 guys. They're going to be very close by to another team. Again, still going to kind of cut this this town in half, so they're keeping to their sides. But as soon as one bleeds over, spots another, the fight could break out very quickly.
Two teams split across the road in Pachinki. Drifter's going to move back. Just checking those back out houses. You can get a lot of, usually a lot of meds and a lot of stims from those ones, especially the orange house. There is another one that's just before him. Cross probably has already looted that one out. But they still need to be aware that they've got C9 on the opposing side. Now, C9 have gone wide. They've gone all the way to the back. I've only seen 2 players, though. I'm interested to see to the right-hand side if the rest of C9 is... In fact, no, they've all gone together. So C9 have now grouped up. They've dug themselves in those back houses just up on the ridge. You can see the back house as well, the garage on the top. Andy Pyro may have seen someone, potentially. He's moving to the compounds that are kind of off from school as you work your way up to Pachinki. Everyone's got to go east, though. Everyone's got to make a move kind of at the same time. So this could get a little bit interesting, but again, C9, they're not pushing it. You did see earlier on, we saw Solid FPS down in the dugouts, in the bunker area. He was kind of keeping an eye. He was walking backwards up to see if he could spot a player. Now, I'm guessing they did, but the more further north that Cross and his team move, the closer they do get to C9.
The main thing is that it's very hard to exit Pachinki. This is one of the reasons that I don't like it, that if you want to leave it, you're surrounded by quite open fields. There's not much terrain to utilize to get out unless you get a car. That's where the fight may begin. We do have a meet. Oh my God, the top two teams are right next to each other. This could be huge. You've got Cake and the guys right next to Luminosity. Now they could completely avoid each other. That could be completely negated, but if one takes out the other, that gets scary.
It's a night and day scenario. They could avoid each other, but they could absolutely wipe each other out from the server. We'll find out very, very soon as that one progresses. We need to make sure we keep an eye on that, because as soon as those bullets start flying, bodies may stop dropping, and the table itself at the end, the scoreboard, will take a turn for the worse. C9 watching the back, swivel head on point, making sure no one's behind them. Borg and Solid FPS will move forward. Going to grab this buggy, but only two of them can get on board. More than the thing is, though, they need to be careful, because if they move to the compound that's just down from them, Panzer, we've already got another team looting in there, so they could be pretty much rolling on in. A set of people tanked up in these houses, ready to go.
There is certain opportunity for all of this. Hearing a couple of shots here and there now. It's only getting a little bit busier. Yoonroot, Dingus Khan, they're all moving in. Whitey doing those guys might hear this. I think there's a car being used as well, and there's a lot of open ground. Yeah, they're going to spot these guys out pretty fast, I can imagine. They're moving in as a squad, going to try and get to the right position. Yoonroot is there. And he's spotting this. Did he just find something on the floor? I'm kind of wondering, like, why is there a UMP here? Unless that was dropped by his teammate. Got a third person up and over, spots out the car. You can see on the ridgeline slightly further towards 105 east. So they're going to head in that direction. They're pretty blood hungry. They want to take this fight.
But it's whether or not that car stops and drops
Evermore
off.
might have seen them here.
It's past, which I think that's what they may have done. They may have just stopped for a second and said, okay, they're going to come to us. They're going to try and push us. They do have some scopes there. I saw some 4 times there. Evermore, level 2 helmet. Coat on, so I can't tell what chest he's got, but more than likely level 2 as well, this late on in the game. Moondie, Whitey Dude, and Lost Aiming, they're going to push out. They're all looking towards Dingus Khan, though. I don't think they know where Yoonroot is. If you look at him perpendicular to that rock where he is, to the left-hand side, he's not looking. Yoonroot and Wan, they're holding their ground. Moving up around the Harry Potter. Moondie will go into the upper level of it. It's whether or not they... I think they know exactly where they are.
I'm a little worried that the other
now.
side have kind of lost track of where their positions are. So they're still like, oh, maybe they've run past. They could have gone down towards Milter, but these guys are stalking them out. They're being calm. They're being collected. They've even sent a couple of players now themselves round on the back, kind of falling back towards the same positions together, because they've lost complete vision of them. And Evan, we know he's patient, and Hotted's great at driving. No, that's not even Hotted, excuse me. Who is on the driver's seat there? That would be Forzen. Beautiful moves. Just love it. But they're all kind of heading in the same direction. Looking at this, they're all over in this sort of space. This is kind of scary now. Cloud9 moving out in mass. They've got their whole squad with them, all got cars, all moving through. But they're heading up towards the hill where the shots are going to be coming through from the 2 teams we saw there earlier.
Probably going to be getting tagged up, and look at these. Just lying down and waiting for the ambush. As soon as they make a move out of that Harry Potter tower, they could be meeting their imminent death. Now they're backing off. They're staying low as well, so the guys in the Harry Potter don't see them. Otherwise, they may be able to advance on. I like that play, at least. Keep your body low, keep them out of the vision.
So they've missed each other. The Luminosity guys and the other team, top 1 and 2 currently, have actually missed each other, so that fight won't happen just yet. When they start getting pushed really from the north, if it goes further south, you might see that fight. Again, if you look at the position from Luminosity, it's going to be hard for them to move down south because you're through the open fields, and that's about it. You can definitely use it, though. There's definitely possibilities. But right now, these 2 teams are so close to each other.
Just really quickly and completely randomly off topic, do you think that Luminosity are going to be really feeling some pressure coming into this game?
Absolutely. I'd be bricking it, because you can't get killed early, and you've got to hope that the other team doesn't do any better than you. Now, they've played really well so far. They've shown consistent, good play, which is what should happen in squads. You kind of negate some of the RNG, right? You get past it. But for me, again, it's not first person still, so you can be very passive and be very aware of other teams without having to commit to things. So you're seeing that working out well for more passive teams, while there's so many alive in such a late circle group still. 4
Entro are camping this team. They want them dead. They want whatever loot they've got. They're still around the back of the house, 2 people splitting off. You can see here Lost Aiming and Mayhop, they are moving together. Oh, Mayhop just decides, okay, I'm going to go away from you now. If you look at Whitey Dude, though, he's got his eyes on the prize. He thinks he knows where they are. But his teammate next to him is facing the other way. So whether he's just laying down, keeping his body out of the glass. Now he's seen someone. Now Mayhawk can come in with the call out. You saw him running across the back of those buildings. Now we'll give the information.
But Cloud9 weren't far away either. There's a lot of players around here. You kind of want to move in on one fight and just kind of commit to clear it out in a way. But again, level 1 helmet, not great. You've got that's level 2 vest at least.
K98's pretty tanked up, I just realised.
Yeah, bullet loops on that bad boy, ×8 on it. Always nice, quicker reload. Does a little bit of adjustment as well towards recoil as well.
But Evermore's got a level 3.
It looks like Evermore's moving into the wizard hut that they might be in. I'm curious if it's the right one. It might be...
No, it's the one. It's further south one. Yeah.
Okay, so he's going to the southern side, which is fine. Makes no odds. At least they can then become a pivot point. If that circle moves lower, they can then hold the rotate.
See how this one plays out. Going to jump up. Needs to get the reload. But these guys, I think they've got their number. I think they know exactly where they're coming from, and they're kind of just setting up to allow this push and allow this pressure.
So these rocks specifically around this area, the northwestern side of it, are incredibly OP. They're very strong. Now it looks like we might have TSM going past Luminosity if they're still in Yasnaya.
Yeah.
I feel as though if you're TSM, you take it quite cautiously, you head around the long way. Not far off, actually, is this team as well. They're both going to do the northern...
Spotted them.
Yeah, they have. They both could do the northern swing here. Do you take the fight? Do you not? AMPR better not crash that bike. You know you'd be in a little bit of a pickle.
I think he's getting shot by Luminosity with the sounds of it.
Not sure. Might be. He's going to be just diving through. Yeah, AK going off. Yep. A couple of other cars down there as well. There's so many players coming in towards Yasnaya now. This could be a bit scary for both sides. You want to be cautious, but you also can't be too cautious. There's that balance to be struck. They need to be right on the money with it.
See how this one unfolds and where everyone's going. This is kind of the time where everyone starts to plow into the hill. Nobody dead yet, which is impressive. We usually see a death by now, but no one dead, and we're already moving into the first circle. We've still got this part, though. OG7 and his squadron. They're moving up. TSM, they know exactly where they are. They're going to take some crack off. You know what? Let's dive on into a listen. Just kind of get some confirmation now and some comms from OG7 and his team.
Yeah, they're going to get out. They're going to get out. All right, we may as well just keep moving then, if we can't engage. That was a bike, for fuck's sake. That was a guy.
Oh, Serenity is my MVP. Just, there's a guy, it's a goddamn bike. But it does seem as though that she's given a little bit of direction there as well. OG7 being on the driving, you got Sequisha in the back with Julia, so these guys are going to keep moving, and I don't blame them. You don't want to be taking... Look at this, the TSM squad are just heading right down south. Luminosity's still alive, and they're now going to try and get themselves situated. Because there's so much of the circle in the water, it's now... Oh, this is big. This is going to be a great battle. I'm so excited for this area. We haven't really seen those Milta, the Pubg fights, this open area on top of the hills. This is going to be massive. Oh, that's going to be AMPR possibly here. Oh, attack as well from Oshi. That could be huge. That could pay out, and then some down the line. Now, this is a lovely compound, actually. One of my favorites to play in. You've got the mini mansion almost up top. Good high ground off it as well. A lower area to play from too, but it looks like there's already people maybe here. Is this going to be the same compound? I'm not sure if it is.
It's the C9 one. It's just to the right of the
crater.
This
is the other side, yeah.
It's just the right. Now, this is a bit of a nuisance because you can actually, if you need to, you can position people in the houses that are directly behind you so they can see people coming over the crest of the hill, or you can move into these houses. Now, you have a full sight line should people want to move into the tree line, should people want to move down to you. Just really quickly, though, every time we look at AMPR's point of view, he's always on his own. He's always been that little bit of a nuisance.
Wait, is this TSM getting shot at here? I'm pretty sure.
Is that the bullet? You just saw
it's
AMPR's
Cloud9
damage.
and TSM having a little bit of a back and forth. One's in the hut, the other's in the entire building. So at the moment, I'm glad that they have one player outside. That's Smack. That's really useful. Do any of them have Car 98s? Can we have a little look at them SKSs, anything like that? Bit of range to them? Because that'd be really, really useful for these guys. They kind of need it. I'm pretty sure that car is going to get absolutely peppered if they even try and make a break for it. But, oh, God, TSM are right in between a rook and a hard place. You've got Oshi7 in the squad towards the right. You've got Cloud9 to the left. And no one's going to be challenging them. So, again, they're in a stalemate. Do we commit to one? Do we just stay here and hope they don't push us? But look at this battle as well. That could be going down the Mythic side against the top two team here. Liquid are all the way out in Georgia Pol still. We've got Vicstar, Stody, and the guys out in Primorsk. They're playing the long con.
See how this one unfolds. It's all going to get a little bit quiet. Be nice to get C9's comms very time soon, just kind of get into the heads and into the minds and hear what they're thinking, because they are all kind of backed off. So, you know what? In fact, let's do that. Let's have a listen to see how this one plays out from C9. Great comms there, Lauren. A cough Could have been a sign that someone was there. You never know. Cough once if you see a person.
That's the secret comms.
Cough twice if someone's got a K98, something like that. C9, cough 9, no?
Christ, that's a stretch,
yeah, it's really bad.
You're really trying on that one,
I wouldn't have said that.
But they are pretty well situated. This is the Mythic guys. Oh, they're going to go on a punish here. Surely going to land. So he's sadly out of breath here for Flom. He's not able to make those shots count as crisply as he'd like. And now maybe looking for a readjust. This is where we saw, if I'm not mistaken, Luminosity doing very well before. Going to take down the tires on the cars. Smart play from him as well to use the banister, because people don't realize you can shoot through these windows quite comfortably if you get up on the banister, which they're doing. So that car, it's not going anywhere.
They really
now.
don't want it to go anywhere whatsoever. Oh, you know what? There you go, Anger. Take a bullet yourself, just for being a bit of a nuisance. They'll fire back. I love the position, though, standing on the balcony. They get some view through those windows, through the bars. It's not the easiest to do, but they're not going to have a great window of opportunity to take anybody out. It's going to be a very hard shot.
No one's died yet.
No, they haven't. I mentioned it a minute ago, and still third circle now, and we're still nobody dead.
Now, it's almost like there's thousands on the line. Almost. But yeah.
Is anyone still out? Liquid, still in George.
The problem is with Liquid that they're hoping that other people die fast, and they're not. They are really not dying quickly.
You said it was a dangerous game to play this round, didn't you? It
is. Now, Panda at least got themselves a way up here. You've got another team on the right doing the same thing. Tavelo might have spotted it. He's got eyes towards the right direction. One shot girl moving in towards a compound here. I wonder if there's anyone up top. She could be in a little bit of a predicament if that's the case. Full auto on, but they're kind of bunching up on the stairs, which is always a really bad way of doing it. Almost got to go up on your own. I know it's not great to trade on, but still, kind of have to be smart about that. Tavelo now working his way back around with the squad. He was keeping tabs on the shoreline in case anyone else was there. Got himself a nice car 98. Didn't see what scope that was. It was a bit quick for me. I am old. My eyes are also old.
Looking like an ACOG, if I'm not mistaken. Just looking at it from the side on.
Doot.
It would be some. It's something. It's got something. It's better than nothing. Pretty sure it's an ACOG.
Let me see. I just want him to spin the damn camera. Oh. 8 times? I'm not sure what that is, because it looked like a 4 times 8 times, so you actually might have something really decent, but Cloud9, I've got them to say, yeah, it's a 4 times. So it does seem as though Cloud9, again, still in the same position, TSM in the same thing. Luminosity moving in from the north, then they're in a pretty safe spot here, actually, but no one's died yet. So Luminosity, oh, this is big.
Oh dear, we need to
He's
go back to that
put out
POV.
4 players, it was just...
Yeah.
Them all worming around, and he's going to get full vision on that. Flom's still in this long-range battle. There's not much to be said about this. This will just continue back and forth. Might land some big shots, might not. I don't see anyone moving in towards them. Again, he's just staring at his own logo on the other wall.
Just be prepared, guys, for this game to go from 0 to 100 really, really quickly.
We won't even be able to see half of what happens because of that.
Keep your eyes on that kill feed. Me and Lauren will try and guide you through as much turmoil and damage as possible. But I tell you what, no one dead yet. Everyone playing rather passive. Even still, that POV we saw a minute ago, Lauren, where he had vision on the people laying down the rocks.
Who is this?
We haven't seen anything from them.
Evermore's going to drive, well, Evermore and the team are going to drive past Cloud9, TSM, and Oshi7, and all of that lot. They're going to take a bit of a dive, a bit of a detour. They're like, nah, that feels a bit bad over there. Don't like that. Going to maybe go back to this nice little hut. So essentially, it's claim your hut, sit down, and hope the circle works.
He's just dropping him off, isn't it?
Wait, that's right next to Liquid as well. Oh my words, there's 2 Liquid members down here. This is one of those games. So if you guys want to find out what exactly happens to your favorite streamer or your perspective of things, look for their stream on Twitch as well. You'll be able to catch it there. Ollie, that is perfect. One more shot would have probably done the job, but now they're right into the issue. Flying over the horizon, sure, but there's players everywhere. One more bullet, he's praying for a connection.
He got it. Hayes got
there it is. Hayes shuts him down.
Knocks him out with the SKS. Bullet to the head. That's going to be one player going down there. More than likely going to fall. Break gets knocked from falling, so Break has jumped out of a vehicle by the looks of it a little bit too early on.
Oh my God.
Is that flip bike? Borg takes out Break, so Break's gone. Break is our first victim in this game with a headshot. It's going to be a Scar. He's probably been knocked off that bike. Either that or it flipped over. Something bad happened. Another player's down on the floor as well. Watch the kill feed. He's going to be tapping him up. Watch for his body to hit the floor any second, if he can make his way through the bars, because it's not the most easy of shots, especially at that distance. Meanwhile, the rest of TSM, they're just going to rotate round. Oh, and there's a second kill. It will come in. So, C9.
So far, so good.
Liquid Tech 1 as well.
Now the problem is there's nowhere safe to run to. You have to kind of go off your old kind of rotation spots, your old pivot spots, to know that there's some safety there, and that's all a matter of timing. So what I mean is if you run a certain way, if you go from X to Y, you'll know that that route of X to Y is safe for, I don't know, maybe 20 seconds at this point, if that. It's really going to be tricky for anyone to do anything. There's players like all over the place. Look how many squads are here. Look at that mini-map right now.
And
they are so close here. If we can have a quick glance, I know there's so many actions going down, but look at this central area here. It's going to be crazy. Now, Luminosity actually could get pinned here between two groups. They've got to be a little careful on this one.
Oh, maybe even 3. Liquid are directly in front of them. You've got Sakisha.
They've got to be in just a hut somewhere.
The problem is, if the 2 squads from behind them come in now, it looks like C9 are going to be lighting up on Xeon and his roster as they work their way in. They're just going to be looking down the barrels of the gun. You can hear the bullets packing off. All of a sudden, we'll move back onto Chappie's POV. Going for the tag, gets some blood there. You know someone's hiding behind the tree. You can just see his foot angling out, wiggling back and forth, trying to stay alive. He wants this kill, and it'd be so detrimental to that team, just trying to get out the way, run the way through Crater. It's so rough. Anywhere you go, people are going to have eyes on you.
New circle's going to be coming up pretty soon. Let's see where the next circle is. I just want to remind myself, if I can, very, very swiftly. Okay, so it's not too bad, actually. It's still pretty well spread out, considering how many are alive. But as soon as it breaks, as soon as something goes off, everyone's going to follow because it gives away everyone's positioning. And actually, for the team in second place, they're running through such open terrain. And I think that you still have Flom, Lex, Anger just off to the left. You've got other teams very close by. Mythic are not far off from this. If they get in here, if they try and watch it, or the other thing happens, they catch their cross. 2 teams moving almost perpendicular to each other. You've got players up on the ridge now moving across as well. Just maybe been spotted out here. This is very, very scary times.
Do you know what my issue is with this roster, though? They're second place, Panzit. They're packing level 1 helmets. There was maybe a level 2 chest between them. They're all very, very undergeared. Even a level 1 bag at this point, it's just going to get destroyed, you know? The damage reduction at this level, when people are packing 7-stick 2 weapons, you're going to have SKSs in play, you're going to have a Can 98 AKM. It's just going to do so much damage. Saying that, One Shot Girl, she'll be pushed back, does have the time to at least drink up, get some Red Bull.
And she's in the zone.
That's a really nice circle for them, so they can let them go. They need to move up here.
They're fine for now. They're in a decent spot in this predicament. Luminosity still okay, still alive, still kicking.
Luminosity need that team that we just looked at with One Shot Girl to stay there and just rain down bullets onto tier 3, because if they do and take them out, that puts their chances up. Meanwhile, Ollie doing the same as before, taking damage. Good. Look at all the blood, same thing exactly, same scenario as before. Did I just hit a pan? Did Ollie just, excuse me, Hayes actually just got saved by the pan. You heard that dink, so now he knows.
Oh God, this is so scary.
Him.
This circle is going to force all these northeastern teams to have to go south now. This means that everyone's going to go past each other. So, you know, in these awkward fights, you've got 2 teams on the coast here. Well, at least 1 now. That could mean that Liquid are going to get shot in the back, in the heels. One Shot Girl still healing. They're removing all the vehicles. This is going to be an open field. This is going to be an open battle here.
Stat will take out the wheels. 1's gone. They're not going to be able to do too much. You'll keep firing on. Remember, 30 bullets from any 7.62 will blow that vehicle up. You can see on Stats. Oh, Stats been hit himself, though. He has no health, maybe 1 or 2 HP. Obang, I believe I just saw Obang go down. Vixter does get taken out himself. They've actually traded off there. All of a sudden, Obang knocks out Stody as well. Solid FPS. I didn't see who that was. He's going to knocked out by Mithrain, so C9 boys. Mithrain goes down 1, but they're going to be able to, easily be able to get him back up.
This is great positioning, though, from WTC. He's in such a great spot here. Unless they get flanked on the side or something comes around, it looks like right now Hayes is in trouble. Yeah, it is. It's Julia. It's Oshi7. It's all those guys. They're taking down half of the Liquid side. Evermore dives into the battle now. Moondie towards Borg. It's all kicking off. This is that northeastern fight that we knew was going to go down. The battleground really begins now.
Play back for a second.
Look at this.
I know, this is insane. I'm just trying to let this game unfold and watch exactly what happens, because we keep seeing these chunks, these little battles that just come out for a second. Another member of Liquid, that's going to be Ollie, so 2 members of Liquid go down. And they were up in 4th place. They were in the money brackets. That's good for TSM. The more members of Liquid that fall, the better it puts them up. But here comes C9. You can see vehicles in hand, but they're approaching so many people, so many players. There's nowhere to hide. There's nowhere to go. This is going to be an absolute bloodbath.
It really is. You need that range. You need close range. You need it all. And now the fight breaks out towards the banana house. The Sequisha prunes down. Prays for some sort of safety, but Julia is there, saving him as they all peek from the ridge. She's laying down great fire here, keeping them suppressed, allowing time for Oshi7, Sequisha, Serenity to get back into the fight, but while all this begins, others are now going to be flanking on them as well. As soon as you open up,
Mumino, so that's from the opposing team. He's been knocked out, so that team that was camping them coming out before, they're going down, which means bigger things for Luminosity in the longer game. They're going to be in trouble across the map, and this is what we said would happen. We'd have all these mini-fights going off. Oshi7 sees 2 running up on the ridge, does Pro down, so at least he's getting the over-the-angle shot there. Looks down the barrel, he sees 2 players, they're moving inside those yellows, so they've got to be careful, but this is where we're talking about. The team that one-shot girl is actually aiming at is the team in second place. If they go down, that just helps everyone out along the board so much. TSM are looking good because Liquid are losing as well. So now the story starts to unfold. We're down to the top 70 players, and this is insane.
Top 70 at this point. We need to see that map when we get a second on it. Where are Liquid right now? Where are Luminosity? Liquid are coming in from the south. They've gone for a switch up here. Where are the Luminosity guys? I can't even see them.
They're up in the top corner, but they've got between them and the blue zone, they have a team right in front of them. They're over here in the top corner.
Christ, all right. This.
Oh, Drassel knocks out one, so Drassel takes him out. We'll also see JP2. He gets knocked out by Nefen, so they're now having a battle themselves.
They're
so it's top two squadrons are both in fights across.
We need to keep tabs on them right now. Noble is still doing their best to be nading down this hill. They've got the circle. They're pretty safe to a degree. It's these guys right now that are in the real... the trenches as such. There's players left, right, and center. It's so hard to spot them out. These trees do not give you full cover right now. JP has found a couple of players here. Back and forth. Huxtabin has managed to take down Julie. So this is going back and forth now. These battles are insane as we speak. There's just a couple of lines of sights that are doing the job. Oshi gets a glimpse on the car. Not sure if there's a player nearby, though. Moleman has actually died out of the circles. This is Liquid going down.
We'll see Flom doing damage as well with the scar there. You'll see him taking out Stat, looking down the barrel. WTCN knocked out Drassel, though. That's the big battle going on. That's the 2 squadrons, but we do know that WTCN themselves, they've not got very much gear. Ninja, he will fall. He'll get tapped away. LG may have just turned up to a gunfight with not much ammo whatsoever.
This could be an absolute heartbreak for Luminosity. It depends who now wins out on this fight, but if they're getting picked out by teams that are within that top 4, this could be all over for them. They could slip out of the first pop.
I've just seen Drassel go down as well. JP2's the last one standing.
You need to stay alive for this team. They need to run. He needs to be on the move. Shaka's still doing damage. Serenity's gone. Oshi's down. This is a disaster for so many teams across the board. It's all falling apart. There's still 60 alive. The Panda guys, Obang there, laying down fire from far away, doing what he can. Sequisha waits patiently with bated breath, hoping that somehow he can stay alive. He sees the opponents, but what can he do? There's 3 in front of him. Look at it, JP is trying to stay alive, trying to find respite.
Oh,
but again,
he's going to be arriving into a load of them, though. Unfortunately, we need to get eyes on that one to see what happens. J2, I think he's actually just gone down and he get the kill. He's dead. That could be the end of it. C9, we're going to see Solid pick up 2 as well. I think that would hit. I didn't catch it in the kill feed, so LG may be out of the running.
TSM have just taken down Cake. Those guys were in the second place position.
JP2's gone.
Okay, this could change the top 2 now. We need to keep eyes on who's left alive. So there's still TSM in this one just by a touch. You've still got a couple of the other teams who are within that top 5, top 6. Evermore still kicking in this one. He's somehow made it through those trenches. He's still fighting. We've got Noble doing damage. Great connection towards Forzen there. This is Interrogate coming back into the action. This is what I want to see from this man. 8 times up on that scar, doing work. And now Shaka's team are falling like flies. You can see his teammates are the walking wounded. He's all alone now. He's got no one else to fight with him. He's in the blue. He's got to move soon. Drifter's down. Cross is still up. They might be able to get a revive, but there's enemies everywhere right now.
Lex, though, his teammates are picking up 2. You can see there, Anger and Adren, they're both grabbing 2. They're moving forward. Lex trying to keep on the back heels of that blue zone. He's going to push him all in. Flom will drop also. They're going to split to the left-hand side. Andy Pyro's there on the outskirts, so you need to be extremely careful. Solid FPS and Chappie kill Evermore. Evermore is down. He is gone. Andy Pyro will die outside the zone, so that's a little bit unfortunate him. Meanwhile, we'll see Interrogate and Adaculus. They're going to be doing damage. Panda, all I'm seeing in the kill feeds, Panda. They're doing so much damage. 1, 2, 3 members of one team, they will fall. And then Flom, he also falls to Adaculus. Smack gets knocked out by Anger as well. Everything's just going insane. We're down to 32.
So the Mythic boys are now struggling. TSM doing work towards them. Panda guys doing work towards them. The pinches are coming through. The next circle is forcing everyone in. AMPR does find Moondie, so it's TSM still finding kills at this point. They could be one of the teams to really cause problems here. AMPR, Vis, they're still in this. They're in the rocks at the moment. They will need to move forward, but not by far. AMPR sees 1. He needs to get these fights going for himself. He knows that he's got a couple of seconds before he has to run, but 38 seconds is not a lot of time.
Look at that circle. It's going to force them all into the breach. They'll be going down any second. They're all outside. Chipsy's still alive. I didn't realize it. Chipsy's still getting kills in the kill feed.
No, he just died out of the play zone.
So he's lasted all this time, so he's made it to top 30, but will that be enough? Oh my word, so Luminosity was still in it, but he's down now, unfortunately. Has he done enough? Sweater kills TSM. He goes down. Smack will be taken out with a headshot with an M16. All the Noble players are alive. Kapowski, they're going to be coming in from the backside, though. They may see them. They may mow them down. Sweater takes out TSM as well. Hidaculous within 2 kills. He will fall. Takes out Lex. Takes out Adren. And now this is coming downward 2 to 24. That's 8 kills within a few seconds now.
Top 30 is only 70 points. I'm not sure if that's going to be enough, but we can find out at the end. Right now, everyone is kicking off. Curvy Llamas desperately fighting against the blue, and everyone else, her teammates are falling around her, and she can't do anything. She goes down. She knows this one's over. Tavelo has found Yunru. We're down to the last 21, and this circle is tiny. It's going to force the fight. Those individuals who have that firepower are going to do every bit of damage that they can. Stevo's still in this, but bleeding from the seams. Gassy Mexican goes down. Stevo goes down. Daz does manage to find Killer Kapowski, but Vis has died out of the play zone. TSM are falling apart as well.
We'll take a look at this, see who's left, and look at this. C9, they're on the outskirts, but they are going to get pushed in very, very soon. Meanwhile, Shaka is going to get tanked up, lets one of his teammates die. He's the last person alive for his roster, so he could do some serious damage. Catches one in the fray right in front of him, and this is where the scramble comes. I believe it's Noble. I think Noble are all just trying to scramble upside the hill, but look at this grass. You've no idea where players are. It could be like a predator just lurking in the grass. This is where things get really, really dangerous. Only 14 players remain.
And now we wait, the calm before the storm. As soon as it starts, it won't stop. We might have the finish off the back of it. We still have a lot of these teams alive, still kicking. Lost aiming, in a good position with his teammate. Panda off to the side. And right now we're going to listen to Noble just for just a second. At the moment, Nox are just about to get into a fight. Oh, the trade comes in. Hidaculous manages to get into the battle. It's Noble coming up with the goods so far. They are not going to go down here, but now Panda know exactly where they are.
They are making their way in, but look at this. 3 members of C9, they're still alive, and they're creeping up on the edge of this circle, but they've got to cross this road. They have to move across. There's no cover for them on this side. The circle will get them. But in doing so and staying here, it's making them keep alive. It's making them stay up the rankings. Every time they see a player drop in the kill feed, they know that their chances just get a little bit better, and it needs to, because they were down in the rankings. We didn't see them in the top 5, top 6 section. What will happen? All of a sudden, Lost Aim will take out Boom. Hidaculous does take out Mayhop. Then Daz just comes in. He kills Lost Aiming with a headshot with the AKM. Chappie, looks like Chappie's actually gone down now. The Noble guys. Lauren, they're doing the work. Top 10 now in these last few seconds. That circle's going to push everybody in. Anybody on the top side of that circle's in a great position. I think that's where the C9 guys may be.
Yeah, and now you can see Daz working the edge of the circle, trying to find his way up. Cloud9's clearly already in an engagement here. Lost Aiming does manage to finally kill Interrogate. He might have just bled out. Now Moo's watching this one, trying to find that next angle. You can see them all claiming their side of the circle. Cloud9 now becoming a center point of this. All the focus goes towards them, and it's Noble catching out Panda. They're doing everything they can to make this one count. Panda have 2 players on the ground, bleeding. Moo's the only one who can do anything to save them, but Daz is having none of it. He wants to get it all done. Liquid finally lose Scoom. He's been alive the whole time.
Wow, after all that, he's just been staying alive and ranking up points. Top 6. And Panda's going to go for the revive here. But
that's,
you know what? Noble
points.
is doing so much damage. They have been laying down the law here in this final round. Hidaculous will finally take out Obang.
It's Cloud9 against Noble. Surely this is the last 2 groups here. We've got to see who's left alive. Oh my God, no! In the back, it's Moo still there, and he's going to get a revive as well.
No way!
This is big.
Oh
Noble still have 2 players alive.
It's a 2-on-2.
This is it. Noble, Daz, and I'm pretty sure it's Hidaculous. Yes, up against the Panda guys on the other side. This circle, they have 1 tree on the Panda side, 2 for Noble. They can split their attention. Who's the aggressor? Who's scared? Who's terrified? Because you've got to make the move and make it fast. Limited ammo on Hidaculous as well. Down to about 17 in the clip. And the move comes in. Moo's going to make the move. Baits out the shot, but he doesn't land it cleanly. Hidaculous backs away. Oh, the Panda guys go down. It's back and forth. But in the end, if I'm not mistaken, it is Noble to pick up the win.
Noble coming clutch, game number 3, and they stick their name on top of the board. We've seen some amazing stuff from these guys so far, but finally coming clutch when it needed most, and they will get a win. But in the long term of things, in the longevity of this competition, will it be enough? We didn't see them in that top 6 area, but this is, I do not know who's won this.
No, me neither.
This is insane.
That 6th placement from the Liquid guys, I think it was Scoom still alive, is 230 points.
He snuck in there.
Yeah, so that's either 230 for 6th, or if it was 7th, 180. I honestly don't know. I really don't know. This is going to be one of those games that's completely now up in the air. It could be either way. It'll probably take a second or 2 to work this out. The admins are going to be going over things. And oh my word, what an incredible final game though.
Here we go then.
Time. Here we go. Let's see who's done it.
The confirmed leaderboard. Let's throw her up and see who will be crowned your grand champion of the PlayerUnknown Invitational. Luminosity take first place. Second place coming in, we said earlier on, goes to Tier 3 Gaming. Noble clutch it up. They get into the money. 30 grand. What an incredible game for them. And then, as you mentioned, Liquid at the end, staying alive, Lauren. It's put them in the money bracket.
Scoom, you're an MVP. TSM will have just slipped away slightly because of that difference. That little bit of work from Liquid. It was like, all right, Break, we like what you did. We're going to do it better, and when it matters even more. So there it is. That is your top 4 here for squads. Luminosity just fought with absolute sheer grit and determination throughout that one.